Operation Forfar was the name given to a series of British commando raids on the French coast during World War II. The raids were part of Operation Starkey, a military deception intended to draw out the Luftwaffe. The purpose of these raids was to identify German coastal units and to gain technical intelligence on German equipment, creating the impression of pre-invasion reconnaissance. Background: in January 1943, Allied High Command put off the invasion of France until the following year, and by April had decided to focus on the Mediterranean. The newly appointed Chief of Staff to the Supreme Allied Command, Major General Frederick Morgan, was directed to conduct military deception operations against Western Europe, in the hope that it would tie down enemy forces during the assault on the south of the continent. The directive included explicit reference to creating fictional amphibious assaults on the French coastline in an effort to draw out the Luftwaffe. Morgan and John Bevan, head of the London Controlling Section, established a deception planning section of COSSAC called Ops, under Lieutenant Colonel J.A. Jervis Reed. The section, alongside the LCS, began outlining a plan to meet the 1943 targets. On June 3 they submitted 3 operations, under the overall name Cockade, to the Chiefs of Staff for approval. Starkey. Operation Starkey was a threatened invasion in the Pas-de-Calais area of France in early September 1943, with the intention of drawing the Luftwaffe out to combat the threat and into an air battle, as well as collecting up landing craft and other physical deception. The plan called for commando raids on the French coast. Each raiding party was made up of around 10 men, drawn from No. 10 and number 12 Commando as well as the Special Boat Squadron. The objective within the Starkey story was reconnaissance for the coming invasion. To that end, the raiders left behind letters for the enemy to pick up. Both Charles Cruikshank in his book Deception in World War II and Thaddeus Holt in his book The Deceivers state that Forfar was planned as 14 missions between July and September 1943, but that only 8 were carried out. In his History of 10 Commando, Nick van der Bijl places the planned number at 13, with only 6 undertaken. Raids